This next one, you guys know I'm a sucker for coffee. We've had some really cool coffee brands on the Grommet before, but this is actually for your coffee beans, and I have mine loaded up and ready to go. I'm such a coffee person, so we go all over to every city that I go to. I look for the local coffee roaster, the local coffee shop. I'm bringing back beans, and keeping them fresh is something that is super important. And this is a very, very cool product that keeps your coffee fresh. It vacuum seals them up. You can see this little piece right here brings like it like just press like you can't, like I can't even shake this and you can't even hear the beans inside of it. It's crazy how pressurized this is to keep your coffee beans fresh. This is a really cool product if you are, making coffee at home on a regular basis or in your office, as I am. Marcy, tell us all about the Turn and Seal vacuumed seal coffee press.
Yeah, I mean, I love it too, and I am a big coffee drinker myself. And what I have to say is I have ground coffee in mine, but I think it's probably best used with coffee beans. But what they recommend is if you're doing ground coffee to keep it inside the bag, just so it doesn't make a mess and all of that. But you're seeing mine with ground. But the magic is in the lid. So you're going to turn this as many times as you want, left or right. And with every turn, it is expelling air out of this nozzle right there. And so it's taking the air, pulling it out. So what is that doing? That's giving it an airtight seal. And when you have that airtight, not just airtight seal, but a vacuum seal. So you'll feel it when you start to turn it. It gets a little bit harder, not super hard, but a little harder to turn as the air comes out. And then you know that you're done. And this little valve right here starts to come up a little bit. And then when you want to open it, you're just going to press that valve. And you probably couldn't hear that, but you can actually hear the air go out, and then you lift it, and it's easy peasy to do that. And so this is just so smart, because what it really does, I mean, when you're able to vacuum seal your coffee, vacuum seal that freshness in, it lasts so much longer. What I read was that with ground coffee, it's going to last between 3 and 5 months. And with coffee beans, it's going to last 6 to 9 months. So not just last longer, but the flavor is going to be much more intense. It's going to really retain that original flavor for so much longer. So, when air is touching it, it's degrading almost immediately. And so this really minimizes that. And it's so easy and it's so nice looking. This is the semi-black. It is UV protection too. So if you have a kitchen that's light and bright and there's sun coming into a glass jar where you're keeping your coffee, that's going to hurt it as well. So they're all designed with that protection built in. There's black, there's white, and there's semi. And I think there might be clear as well. I'm not 100% positive on that. And then they come in the 2 sizes. So this is the 1 pound, the one that I have, and then there's also a ½ pound. And they are stackable, which I thought was great as well. So you could get a couple different sizes, stack them up, so they're space saving. So just, really kind of sleek and modern and nice looking, but at the same time preserves your coffee, so it's going to taste better, it's going to last longer. I just think it is a really smart, great product. Do we have the makers? Yep, there he is. Tom is in the chat. Tom, I'm so glad you're here, because I have a question for you, and maybe Greg knows the answer, but I always love when the makers are here and I get to ask them a question. And that is, I am curious. So in the lid, I do see that there's sort of a filter right there. And then it did come with this filter here. And I know that I'm supposed to put this in here, but I'm not 100% sure the purpose of it. And I don't know if I just couldn't find that information. So I'm sure that it has a brilliant purpose. I just wasn't sure what it was. So I wanted to ask you about that. But I know it works with or without it, because I didn't see it at first and I used it without it and it worked brilliantly. And then when I put it in, it still worked brilliantly. So I'm just wondering the purpose of that. And he's telling us already it is to prevent the dust from entering the lid and causing leaking. That makes perfect sense, because as I lifted that up, the dust did come up. So that does make sense. Okay, that is super smart. So now I get it. So that prevents dust, keeps that all down. Okay, thank you for that. And does it come in clear? Did I make that up? That's my second question for you. I know I saw the white and the black and this, and so I just wanted to know if it does come in clear, which is a major problem with other vacuum seal containers. Okay. Got that. Yeah, and I am a big believer in the vacuum seal containers, not just for coffee. And I'm sure that this can be used for anything other than coffee as well. But we use them a lot in my house, even in the refrigerator for keeping fruits and vegetables, having them last longer. But
Yeah.
my pantry is filled with them for the sugar and the flour, and just keeping bugs out, air out, everything lasts longer. I've got my rice in it, all of that. So I love it. This one is specifically for coffee, but I'm sure it could be used for anything.
Yeah, love that. And right now, just letting everybody know again, I love sharing how these makers have set up their pages on Grommet. So we do have the 1 pound, that's the price that you see right now, $39 at retail, but with your Grommet discount, $31.20. We have the half pound, which is $35 retail, and then you get your Grommet discount. And then they also have a set, which I think is really cool, where you get one of each for $69. That's retail. Hit that QR code, you'll get 20% off of that, and you can grab one of these. I am again, just a big fan. We actually have multiple products from these guys on the Grommet. They actually have a really cool box cutter on the Grommet as well. It's Tom and his partner Hank. They've created just really cool products. Very unique, as you can tell, like just from this one, like it's unique, it's different from what's on the marketplace. And that's what we love at Grommet, is finding these really cool undiscovered hidden gems that you might not know about, or you might just see this on the shelf and not know what's cool, but having, your Grommet page, having Marcy and I break these things down makes it really cool. So hit that QR code, give these guys an upvote. They are 245 upvotes and counting. So these guys have already become a Grommet favorite, and I can't wait to keep sharing this. I know this is, you and I, Marcy, we talk about it all the time. Great housewarming gift. Someone who just moved into a new house. Great for the college kids going to their dorms this year. It is something great to bring for the holidays. It's a great gift. Like if you have a friend who is into coffee, like it's just a really cool, unique gift. It's thoughtful. It's well made. Like they are going to be excited for something like this, especially if you pair it with a nice, bag of beans, something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's such a cool gift, or a mug, something like that. Really great product. And Tom, really appreciate you guys being a part of Grommet. Multiple products. Hopefully you got some more, because this stuff is great and we want them all here on Grommet. So thanks for being a part of the show tonight, and just making some great stuff.
Yeah, I also looking at the box, and it does say and I love this idea for pet treats and pet food, because pet treats, sometimes you have them for a long time and you just know they go bad, but you don't want to taste them to find out. Well, if you take the air out, you don't have to worry about that. It's going to last a long time.
Which we want, right? Because it's like there's nothing worse than throwing out stuff that you spent money on, right? That you intended to use. So great stuff, Tom. Appreciate you being here and being a part of Grommet Live tonight and answering our questions. Go upvote those guys and grab yourself one of their products. Love these guys.